All right. Welcome to the Infidel Netwerk interviews. This is Vicious 5150 from
Vicious 5150.
5150.
You're learning today.
So I just got to start off with a nice simple question. How did you get your stage name, and how did you get into the whole rap game?
You want to know how I got my stage name? Was I'll answer rap game first because that's chronological order, right? We were just talking about that for you little people at home. Anyways, so me and my buddy Darkness, we lived in Port Coquitlam. This is back in late '90s, early 2000s. And we were just like, we had a couple homies that were around, kind of rapping, but like yeah, we just thought like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing to do. Like, we thought, hey, why not? Why the hell not? So he had a microphone, like one of those basic little microphones there, and this program called Acoustica. This is before Mixcraft, which I use, but it's just Acoustica. It was like just a DAW, and it had no VST plugins or any of that shit. It was just volume up and down. It was ghettoest of the ghetto. So we're like, let's just make some songs, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Who cares, right? Like we were just doing it for fun. You know what I mean? Like just fucking messing around.
It was a natural expression.
Just messing around. We were kids. We're just messing around. And then Vicious 5150, that didn't actually come for a couple of years. I didn't really have a name like for the first little bit that I was like rapping. Like we recorded a couple songs, and again, like, we didn't take them seriously at all. Like it was just we did some songs, and then we burned the CD for us to listen to. But it turns out one of my buddies, who was also in this group we had, he would burn CDs and send it to parties and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, everybody likes what you guys did. And I was like, you're full of shit. You're so full of shit. And like, it's like, no, seriously. Like, you guys, like, people say, like, you should keep doing this. And I had people coming up to me saying, like, you guys should keep doing this. So we did. But anyways, how I came up with Vicious 5150 was honestly, like, I was thinking, I was like, just random names buzzing through my head. I was like, oh, Vicious something. I was like, whatever. I don't want to just be Vicious because there's a million Viciouses out there, I'm sure. And then I happened to have the Eazy-E album 5150 Home from the Sick. Home for the Sick in front of me.
I can't believe I didn't get the reference.
It's true, yeah, it's a good album. It has like Neighborhood Sniper and then, yeah, but anyways, which is a really, really good song, by the way. No, that album, yeah, it was just right in front of me. I was like, Vicious 5150. I was like, that's stupid enough to work. Let's just use that.
That's awesome.
That's really what it was.
Seems like everything just kind of came out of a natural
That was
place.
the most long-winded explanation I've ever done right there. Well, actually, I've probably done longer, but that's how it's going to be.
So, as far as the local scene goes, how would you say you find your place in it? Are you part of the HazMatMusic crew? Is it been a huge identifying place for you?
I am one of the founding fathers of the HazMatMusic crew. But yes, no, it's the way I found my place in it. Like, it's just, I have my own lane, and I stick to it. And I walk my own path. Everybody else walks their own path. We all have our place. There's a time and place for everything.
Absolutely, man. So you have a new album that just came out. Now that it's fresh out and you kind of got some of the stressors of that out, how do you feel about the whole release, especially in comparison to the stuff that you've done in the past?
I'm really, really happy with this release. As a matter of fact, like, I've gotten a bigger response from this release than like that in recent memory than I have in my previous ones, right? This is my 12th solo album, guys. My 12th solo album. It's like, I just keep fucking working. That's just how it goes. But this album is called, if you guys don't know, it's called The One Who Two'd the Three, and I did the hand sign just for you little simpletons out there. Anyways, yeah, that album is like, I really wanted to put it out for the summertime. It's got like a West Coast G-Funk vibe. And I like to do moods for the season on my music. And The One Who Two'd the Three, if you really want to know what it means absolutely nothing. It's just a nonsensical feat. And it's nonsensical title. It's just to make you think. Because I remember I was on Co-op Radio recently. A little segue story here. I was on Co-op Radio just recently with Red Shirt Mike and DJ Denise and Banks. And apparently the week before I went on, they had a big debate as to what the title meant, and they literally, I didn't hear this debate, unfortunately. That must have been what led into them playing To Hell and Back by me and Wise Basis, which, by the way, shout out Co-op Radio for doing so. Thank you guys very much for having me and for playing my music. I love you guys. But it means absolutely nothing. It just made you think, because everybody asked me, what is the one who two'd the three? Nothing. Zero. Not anything.
Sometimes the things that make people sometimes the things that make people think the most don't necessarily have the deepest meanings. It's just the fact you got to think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, think of all the craziest album titles. Like, here's a loose one for you: Smashing Pumpkins, Gish. What the hell is Gish? I'm sure it means something to them. Maybe it means nothing to them. It's just a title.
Sometimes it just sounds good. It's an expression for the album.
Yeah, like I just remember that was such a peculiar album title for me. Like, Gish. What the hell is a Gish? It means something to them. I remember actually, there's a quote by Ghostface of Wu-Tang. It says, like, just because, like, you don't know what it is doesn't mean they don't know what it is. You know what I mean? An artist, like, it's like they know what the hell they meant by that. And it's not, you don't need to know what the hell they meant by that as long as they know what they meant by that.
It's true.
So that's what art is.
So, you know, the art kind of, like, loses itself when it goes into the hands of the audience. You know, they get to make their own interpretations completely beyond.
It's beautiful because it's subjective, and that's why debates happen on radio about it.
It's the beauty of music.
Yeah. So, now then, what else do we do?
So you mentioned that you have had 12 albums coming out.
12, yes.
And how do you manage to keep your inspiration going? Do you have any, like, techniques?
Because it's not really techniques. It's just I just want to keep creating because, like, it always feels like there's something I haven't done yet, but it's also, I don't think I've gotten as good at my craft as I can. Like, I know people would say, like, this album was great, it's the best album you've ever done, or whatever, whichever album that may be, but it's like, then how do I do better than that? There's always something I could do better.
That's awesome to continuously push and strive yourself. You know, that's how people, like, stagnate, is they're like, oh, I created something good, I'm just going to recreate it now.
Well, no, because that would just completely just be in a circle. No, you keep going.
That's awesome.
That's just how I do it, at least. Like, I just want to keep going. It's like, there's a certain type of beat I've never made before. There's certain instruments, because, like, I'm a producer, right? So, like, I also, like, as I'm looking through all the instruments I have that I've never, ever used, and I don't know if I ever will use them. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But there's so many untapped resources that I haven't, like, looked into yet, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, oh, I wonder, maybe one day I will look at that one. I always mean to, but I never get around to it. But it's like I have my whole life ahead of me that I know of. Or I don't know of, but like, I hope I have my whole life ahead of me to explore this. That's awesome. What it's all about. Just creating.
And so you mentioned that you're a producer, so you create all of your own beats for your albums?
Yes, I do. I've been doing that for the last, I guess, 6 of my albums now, or something like that. Like, or, no, more than that. Jesus Christ, like 7 or 8 of them now. And
so I guess the rap came first, and your beat came.
Production kind of. I always wanted to learn how to, like, produce. Like, I always knew, like, the basics of it. Like, because what I used to do if I really wanted to, like, do something else, like, I'd take a sample of a song. This is, like, everybody I think started this way. You just loop it over like an old funk track, like an old Cameo song or a Funkadelic song or George Clinton song, whatever. And I just kind of loop over, like, a 4-bar stanza of it, and, like, just keep doing it and doing that. You know what I mean? And then we'd rap over that kind of shit. Like, if I wanted to do something like that. But it is still, like, not really mine, but it was a start. So I was trying to learn, like, structure.
Yeah, that's how you learn, like, how subparts flow into each other.
And the thing is, I was always working around a lot of producers, like, later on. Like, around, I guess, 2007, 8. I was working around a couple producers. And RC the Hazard is included in that. That's, I was just always looking, I was like, well, how did you do that, right? Like, how did you...
The inquisitive mindset, so...
Yeah, because I wanted to learn. I was like, how did you do that? Like, and I just listened to, like, how their effects would be and stuff like that, and I kind of learned from them. Because they'd been at, like, RC had been at it longer than me as far as musically goes, and, like, everything. But production especially. And I was like, you know, I was kind of curious on just how he did, and I was, like, listening to it. I was like, this is pretty good. And I would listen to other people's production and stuff. Like, that's kind of, like, what I want to go with, but then I started, like, thinking of my own flavors, like how I wanted to do it, that maybe somebody else wouldn't approach it like. I was like, so I started getting a feel for my own. As soon as I learned how to start, like, putting things together by myself, I started just going to town, you know what I mean? Because once I got a bunch of instruments to work with and sounds to work with, I was like, ooh, I'm going to do this. Maybe my buddy didn't do this, but I'm going to do this. But and probably vice versa, I was thinking, if somebody's even listening to any of my production, looking up to that, they're not thinking, like, oh, maybe, oh, Vicious did that, but he didn't think of doing this. You know? So it's, I hope that I can inspire somebody out there. Hopefully. And if I don't, I don't care either.
Yeah, man.
Don't bite my shit.
This music's for you personally, you know. It's your prime expression. That's where it came.
It's a lot of fun. It's just, I'm just having fun. Awesome. I'm just having fun.
So, when it comes to your live shows, you having a good couple live shows coming up to promote your releases?
Yeah, I do. I have a few live shows coming up. As far as what I can announce right now, yes, I have a show with you. That's one of them that I will plug. Shameless self-plug, but I'll do it for you. Just for you. Anyways. No, but the first one will be the RC The Hazard release party at the Delta Lion Pub July 8th. And yeah, that'll be for his album Dead End. I will be performing there alongside him. That will be with Tyro James, that's Dan, Amanda Silvera, and somebody else I cannot remember off the top of my head. But it's going to be a hell of a good show, and you should get your ass out there, or else you're a dingus. Now, as far as this side of the bridge goes, July 14th, there will be a show at the New York Grill and Bistro. Why don't you tell them about it?
There's going to be 7 acts playing, and some of them are going to be from the Infidel Network, and some of them are going to be Infidel Network friends, including our friend here, Vicious 5150.
I will be there.
Headlining the show is going to be Omega, the Enemy from Dead or Alive.
He's awesome. Basically Cobra.
There's going to be Abyss the Mighty Void, who's a new Infidel Network member, as well as Budsky, who you might know before as Bitter Taste Bud. And we're going to also have some other fresher faces, like...
What's his name? T-Y-R-O-W James.
Yeah, can't forget the Tyro James. And for his very first live show ever, we'll be seeing the Ultra Lit Voyeur. So, expect a jam-packed show and lots of talent.
Ooh.
So, shameless self-plugs aside, you have been keeping busy on other sides of promotion as well. You have a very extensive videography behind you.
Yes, I do.
Do you have a crew that you work with, or have you been working with a variety of different people?
I work with a lot of different people on stuff like that. Hold on. Did I sneeze? No, I don't, right now. I think it's my nose is teasing me. I don't give a fuck. But anyways, so my video crew that I work with, my main videographers right now are Tyro James, who does most of my music videos. But as far as like my interviews go, and at least one of my music videos that I've done, my buddy Scam One from Pit Meadows, he's fucking awesome on the shit. Shot by Scam, you should look up on Facebook. Shot by S-K-A-M, not S-C-A-M. So Shot by Scam on Facebook. Check that shit out. And he did my video for Rockapiss. Tyro James did a bunch of my other ones. And Wondell did one of my videos as well for the song The MC. He did our B&E song, Tell a Friend. He did a bunch of RC The Hazard stuff. Like and he also, what the hell else did he do? He did the Halloween song that we did a few years ago. We have a lot of network.
And would you say for your music videos, you're kind of a hands-on sort of person, or do you let the videographer kind of have a vision?
Oh, we all kind of work towards what we're doing. Like, I mean, say I'm working with Tyro, it's a lot of like I just kind of let him know like what kind of song it is. Like I send it to him, and he's like, and I pick kind of locations. He has a very good eye for like shots and stuff like that. And I'll tell him like the locations to go to, like, oh yeah, how about this place? Oh yeah, whatever you want, buddy. Like he kind of lets you have free reign of it. Same with Scam One, but Scam One and Tyro both also offer their ideas because they have a good perspective behind the lens. Whereas like I don't have those kinds of expertise, whereas they would.
So it's a good synergy between you have a vision, but they know how to like actualize it.
Absolutely, right? Like yeah, what if we did something like this? Yeah, we could do that maybe, or it would take to do something like this. Like we all take kind of a curious approach as to how it would work, you know?
That's awesome. As far I'd say curiosity has to play a huge role as far as
we kill cats with our curiosity.
Keep killing cats, boys and girls.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, would you say that your curiosity for music and for art and for the passion of life, you say it's evolved you spiritually or emotionally?
Certainly, absolutely. Like, and it's cliche to say, but I don't know what kind of person I would have turned into had it not been for music and creativity. But I don't know. I think I was just always molded that way to want to create and make things. Like I can't picture myself not creating things. There's like I don't know. That doesn't make me better than you or anybody else out there, but I mean, I can't call in. I can't. Yeah, exactly. I could never have pictured myself not creating something. So when I was a kid, I used to draw a lot. Here and there, I still do. But I mean, like, I always liked just making something. It was for my own validation, like my own personal expression, I guess. Like I don't know. I can't picture myself not doing that. However that may be.
And obviously, as impassioned as music as you are, you probably need a couple other things in your life to kind of balance things out. Other than music, what sort of pastime would you, or hobbies would you say you're involved in that maybe even keep yourself inspired?
Well, I like long walks along the beach, and you know, I'm kind of a fun-loving guy. You know, I like to just let my hair blow back in the wind. You know, on the weekends. You know, after my job at the factory. You know, and I also go by Maurice on Sundays.
No, I don't know. I see right there. I'm just being an idiot. So my hobbies are being an idiot like that, and I incorporate it into my music. That's it. Everything kind of surrounds
Your creativity.
Yeah. So in other words, I'm boring. Right?
Or so creative that people can't understand.
Yeah, but I understand it. And bring it back to my point. I know what I meant by that. So who gives a fuck?
Thank you so much for coming in. This has been a wonderful interview. I hope to have you back maybe next time you have an album come through again.
That's right. I shall.
Tune in again for Infidel Network interviews, and go check out Vicious 5150 if you haven't. You can find all this stuff on his Bandcamp for pay what you want or very equivalent prices.
Vicious5150.bandcamp.com, youtube.com/thevicious5150, as well as Facebook/thevicious5150, Twitter, Instagram /thevicious5150. Also, K-Peace.